Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Futures Club podcast, where we come to chill and get our minds right. I am Judith Daniel, your host and owner of Juju Star Productions LLC, where we have an array of products designed to help and encourage and uplift and push you forward in life. If you want to know more, go ahead and click that link. But for now, sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm not going to be here long this morning. Um, the doors of the church are open. No. Okay, so I just got done watching an amazing interview that I'm getting ready to watch again. And it's dealing with, I don't know if you know who he is. I've seen him around. I've seen some of his videos, but I didn't realize the two and two went together. But his name is Keith Lee. And shout out to Kev on Stage with That Chick Angel during their podcast of Here's the Thing. I loved every minute. And you know when it's pure, just genuine realness, and it just happens to be funny now. But way back then, no, it wasn't. That is what I got from that interview. And his story is like some of the kids that I see, and it puts it into perspective. And I advise, if you have not watched it, go check out Kev on Stage on Instagram, but the interview is on YouTube, and it was amazing. And they let him talk the whole time, and the whole time I was engaged. I didn't turn away, I didn't go and do nothing. It was just a lovely chemistry of verbal communication. And I don't know, I was so taken, like, I just really enjoyed it. And then there was a story in particular in there that I wanted to touch on today. And it was dealing with the Mr. Gary story that he told, Keith Lee told in the interview. And while I'm watching, I am getting a word like the whole entire time. But after he got to, I don't know, you just have to watch it because the way it flowed, and then the discovery at the end, and then oh my goodness, it's only been this long. I was like, okay, we ain't doing something right, you know? And the takeaway that I got was, the verse that goes like, faith without works is dead. It's like, even if you don't have the full faith, keep preparing for rain. Now, he can tell the story better than I can. And whenever you listen to this and then you go back and watch that, it'll make perfect sense. The one thing that I am full of is faith. So I understand, I have experienced, I know without a shadow of a doubt, anything that I put my hand to, I can do. Anything that I want to do, I can do. Any vision that I have, I can bring to life. Any business concept that I think of, I can produce, make a strategy, and have it flowing within 30 days. Okay? That is just an surety that I have because of the faith that I have, because of what God told me about myself and who He says I am. And then it's like, oh, you wasn't lying, huh? You know what I mean? It was like, oh, I really can do whatever. There really are no limits unless you put the limits on yourself. But if you don't never have nobody to tell you that, then this world is just going to be just that. Just a struggle, just I don't know, just full of doubt, coupled with fear and having no point of reference for where you're going now. You know what I mean? because we have a point of reference up until where we've been. And then it's like, okay, we're not walking in the complete darkness because of the experience that you went through. And you can tell that, oh, this situation is kind of like one I've been through before. But the difference is when you know that you don't necessarily have to have that point of reference that can guide you. You can be guided by the fact that, okay, this is what I want to do. And the Lord said, whatever I want to do, I just pray about it. I seek His guidance, and then I go for it, and He'll back me. And then win, lose, or fail, I'll learn something. And it'll make me better for the next time if this is unsuccessful. But most of the time, if we put our mind to it, if we do what it takes, if we listen to the strategy of the Lord, and if we take into consideration the way that He is saying to go about it, you're mostly going to have success. It's the doubt that creeps up. It's the naysayers that are like, no, I don't think you really can because I can't. So how can you and I can't? You know what I mean? So that's why I make it a point that one of the first things that we talk about is making your voice the loudest when it comes to any decision you're making. All good, let me say this, how all good advice should be taken into consideration. But the final decision, after you've weighed the costs, after you've kind of went through your mind about it, after you have decided, that should be the final decision, is what you come up with after you do your due diligence on that situation. Sometimes you don't need that much time. Sometimes you be like, oh, no, this ain't, I'm good, right? And you just automatically know. And then sometimes, excuse me, y'all, sometimes it takes a little more footwork of the mind and kind of playing it out in order to oh, that might happen. Okay, well, if I go this way, and then you start strategizing and you start researching, and then you start coming up with a solidified plan to move forward. And then you're like, you know what, but they did say this. Maybe let me try that too. You know what I mean? And you incorporate it into what you are doing. But when you just go off of someone else's word, that's a dangerous place to be in. So, faith without works is dead. So that means if I believe in myself, if I believe in something, I have no doubt, but I ain't busting a move, nothing's about to happen, right? So I'm like, okay, I need to do better because I can research all day, master researcher, right? I can strategize and put systems, functional systems into place, right? No problem. All day long, halfway sleep, still can get it done. But when it goes to take that action, and I mean, I got these things up and running. I got everything together. I got, what it's supposed to be doing is doing. I did a test. I've been making money off of everything that I have ever done, and because I run through and I test and I put it out there and I market a little bit and I try to see, and I can say with confidence that I can make money off of everything that I've come up with in my head and that I've put on paper and that I've brought into this life, right? And if you go to my link tree, you can see all the things that I do. I don't know if I get bored, y'all. I don't know if I think it's more exciting to build instead of to follow through. Or if maybe I just know how to put these things together, this would be a good idea. So then I go ahead and create it, and then I'm like, but that ain't my passion, so I'm good for a minute. I don't know what that problem is. I don't know if it's a fear of success, but I know I want it, right? But if I'm not making moves consistently, guess what? All that's going to fall by the wayside because I could believe all day. I could know all day. I could Hebrew 11 it up, right? But if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, why am I thinking this going to go somewhere? And I already know it's going to be a little harder than what I thought it was going to be. It's going to take a little longer than what I thought it would take to actually get there to that place of, okay, I'm satisfied. So starting now would be the best thing, right? But on some things that I do, I just be like, well, I'm going to take a nap. Okay, it's already ready to go. All I have to do is this. You know what I mean? And then I sit there, and then the next thing you know, it's 3 years later. That is what I don't like about me. It is not because if somebody told me that, it's because I'm honest with myself. And I'm like, that's annoying. I love her. But that thing that she does right there, I don't like. So lately, I have been, when I pray about something, right? And I get it together and I see the opportunity and I done, did everything that I can do. When I need to make a move, I'm just making that move because I would rather make the move. I'm still strategizing, I'm still thinking, I'm still, researching and getting everything in order correctly. But when I make that move, or it's time to make that move, I'm jumping right in there because I don't want procrastination to be the thing that gets me. After all I've been through, after rebuilding my life several handfuls of times, right? After starting over, knowing that I can start from anywhere in the world, even a desert with nothing, and rebuild, right? Why? Because she had to do it. She had to. Sometimes her life depended on it. And what you gonna do? You gonna stand there and die? Or you gonna bust a move? So I did what was necessary. I know that about me. I come from a lineage of warriors. I know that about me. I know that my God said I can do all things if I want to. And if I'm going to ask him for something, I might as well believe first because then that assures me that I'm going to get it. He don't say ask me and then if you've been on your best behavior, or ask me and you ain't cussed nobody out this week, or ask me and you ain't tried to jump in nobody's face and check them. He didn't say that. He said if you believe, when you ask me, I do it. Just so that your joy could be full. Like, you know what I mean? Like not under any other conditional thing that we use here between, people. He just said, if you believe that thing, because first you have to want it, right? Because you don't want to be believing for something you don't want, and then it's a struggle to get there. So it's like, believe for that thing, ask me, I'm gonna show up for you. Right? Only because you called on my name sometimes. She said my name, whatever she wants. You know what I mean? So it's us. We are that stagnant piece. It's not God not coming through. It's, are you even believing before you ask for it? And are you asking for it? Because he says you have not because you ask not. So it keeps falling back on us. He like, I'm ready. I've been ready. And I stay ready so I don't gotta get ready. So that when you call and you say something, it's already a done deal. I don't have to do no prep work. I knew you was gonna do this. So I've already done my part. You just have to believe it through, see it through, and work through it. And if I tell you to do something, you know you got it. Because he don't waste his time. He don't sit there and say, well, if you do this, then you're going to get this, right? Or if you go this way, take this left instead of that right. And you're like, wait, but if you don't do that part, but like I used to do so much, you're going to get there. And that's how you know if he starts giving you ways to get there, if he starts giving you a little inclination of go this way, or look, I opened this door for you, go through that door, because he is not like he don't dangle carrots in front of your face that you can never grab hold of. It may take 50,000 steps to get there, but if he's leading you in the right direction, again, that solidifies that it's already yours. And he knows that you're taking the path that he told you to take. Oh, you better believe when you get there, it's going to be amazing. And get there could be completing paperwork. You know, when you get to the end of that thing, it's going to be amazing. If he told you to do it a certain way, if he's giving you them cheat codes, like I stated before, take them. Take them, use them, live them. That's how you already know he's backing you. He's on your side. He's not going to lead you into a swamp that you can't get out of. So faith coupled with works is literally the foundation of what you need. And he guides, and he will show you how to do the rest, or get the rest, or be the rest of whatever you need so that your desire can be met. He wants to give you the desires of your heart. So take that with you in your day. Go and watch that interview. And I mean, even I was inspired. Because the one thing that he did that I don't is he constantly took action. Constantly took action. And like that coming through for him. Right? Sometimes we gotta cry. Sometimes we may not know, but he always got something in the works. So keep your faith. Make sure you're putting in that work. And just make it a game. If you really have issues with procrastination, make it fun. Tell yourself every morning, I love doing this. It's so much fun. I don't even have to work. I just got to do my fun. And who don't want to have fun? I'm going to go get me a tropical drink while I'm doing my fun. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, I don't judge. But what I'm saying is, you put yourself in the vibe of, I like this. All right. So again, the program is starting in April. All the details are on the website, futuresclub101.com. Make sure you get signed up. Make sure you get that prereq work done. I will be placing ads all over. This weekend, I have to run out of town, but hopefully by Monday, you will see this in so many places about my program. And then you'll be like, oh, share. Maybe like, maybe comment, maybe tag a few people. But, be there. If you need it, be there. Any questions? Let me know. Talk to you later. Deuces. As always, thank you for joining us again for another episode. We hope you enjoyed yourself, but the best way to know is if you leave a comment or you send me a message and you actually let me know. If you have any questions, I would love to be able to answer those on the next episode, so go ahead and leave me that as well. But until next time, just know you are worth it to be wherever you want to be.